Hi guys, I showed you I bought this in a charity shop and then we tried it out a couple of times. It's well underpowered. I don't know what it would be like with the proper battery pack, but it hasn't got the proper battery pack, so I've had to make do. It should be a 8 battery NiCad. I think it actually tells us that in here somewhere. Use one 9.6 volt NiCd NiCad battery pack, which it didn't have when I bought it, so I used an 8 pack, there we go, 8 pack nickel metal hydride, which should give us about the same power, and it was underpowered with that. So then I tried it with a 2S LiPo battery and it's still underpowered. So we'll have a look inside and see how easy it will be to convert it to at least a normal hobby grade receiver, and then I can use proper hobby grade ESCs to control the motor. So let's have a look. Undo that screw there, so I can do that screw there. Don't know which one's the best to undo. Let's go for that one. Because last time I took it out, I took it on a muddy lane, so there's bits of mud dropping off the tyres now. We can cut my strap off that I use for holding the battery in place. Looks to me if I undo there and there, there and there, and there and there. Okay. Trying to avoid undoing this suspension stuff, but it looks like we've got to do that. Okay, so there's a lot of wires go down to that motor. That's the steering motor. Well, we've got some good sized MOSFETs, I think you call them, power transistors with a heat sink on them. The extra wires are there to drive the motor back to the middle, rather than using a spring to try and self-center it. It drives the motor back to the middle, and there's some sort of contacts on there that tell this when to stop driving it because it's in the middle. Because you need a pretty strong spring just to try and self-center that. So that's probably what that is. We'll have a look in a while. And then here we got the power comes in from the battery pack, well, from the on-off switch that's down there. I'm guessing that might be some sort of thermal fuse, which looks to me like it's been bypassed. And then that's the wires to the back motor. So can we look at the back motor easily? Looks like you have to take one of these sides off. hoping that comes off, yes. Take that cover off. Will the motor slide out now? No, that's a shame. Looks like the heat sink will. Had some white paste on it as well. I'm guessing that means the motor is screwed in from the other side. Okay. To take the other wheel off. Come on. Are we ready? Might want to zoom in a bit, I suppose. Woo. A lot of gears in there. Do it this way up. Right, so that's our motor screwed in from this side. Metal gears. So little gear drives big gear, little gear drives big gear, little gear drives big gear. Now that looks to me like we got alternative gearing. So how's that selectable? Because if we had the instructions, life would be easier. But that might explain the lack of grunt for going over bigger objects, that we do have an alternative gear. That would give us more power, but how do we select it? I expect if I look online, it's just vaguely possible that you might be able to find some instructions. But that would certainly give us a different ratio. Well, I don't know if I'm right, but logic tells me if it's not automatically selectable, we could possibly turn one of these round and turn that round. Put that back in. So now we've got smaller gear driving bigger gear, and we're working to a different ratio. Can't see how we can have that big shaft sticking out that way. have to have a look online, aren't I? See if there's any instructions. Because that's clearly the only way we're going to make use of that second gear. Right, I'm going to stop there and see if I can find any information. Before we lose the light, I'll just look at the motor, because that's the whole reason for taking this apart. RS, is that? .360 5H, is it? I really can't tell without putting my glasses back on. Still, that's what's written on the motor. So I can pop that back in place before I lose the screws. And then we can go back to looking at the gearbox and try and figure out if we can enable the low ratio. Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily. So don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. My second channel, Grandad's Other Channel, is where I put the longer videos with more detail. Then there's my Facebook page, and you can follow me on Twitter. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. And if you fancy some Grandad merchandise, I have 2 shops, one on Redbubble and the other on Cotton Cart. Finally, you can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.